Hello guys, so I know I'm late doing this video and I've been wanting to do this video for a little bit, but I read 11 books in the month of February. These are the books I read from the absolute best to the absolute, oh sorry, the absolute worst to the absolute best. So this is my absolute worst one was with 1.5 stars out of 6, The Troops. I really I really had high hopes for this book. It was one of those books that I kind of thought would be really, really good. I was just really disappointed in it. I just felt like it dragged on a little bit. I just felt like it was kind of just, you know, a ripoff of The Thing, essentially, and it just kind of was not really that great. Wasn't a big fan of it. Next on the list is Reacher Make Me. This one for a Reacher type book was pretty boring. It was pretty slow moving, pretty boring. Just kind of like, it was just a slow, boring read. That's all. Uh, Next book up on the docket is number 3 at the Book of Living Secrets, which comes in at 2.5 stars. Now, the Book of Living Secrets was essentially an interesting book because it was about these two friends that get magically transported into their favorite book. But the being in the book is a lot different from reading the book. Things change, the book gets rewritten, all that stuff, and they try to escape and get out of the book. This book, I felt that there was a lot going on, a lot of back and forth. It felt like wasn't a fan of the ending. It just kind of felt like it wasn't really repetitive, but I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like it could have been better. Like, it wasn't boring, but it just kind of felt like it could have been better. I felt like it was missing a lot of stuff. I just felt like it was just, meh. They tried to be something. Maybe I wasn't really into the genre. I don't know. Wasn't a big fan of it. At number 4, we have another Reacher book, Reacher Into Deep. Now, this is 3 stars. Another Reacher book, Into Deep. 3 stars. Decent book. Again, just slow moving, just boring type book, slower read, especially for a Reacher book when you expect a lot of action, a lot of stuff to really happen, and it just kind of falls flat, and it's just like, oh, and then you just kind of have a quiet type, slow moving book. That was number 4. Number 5, that was 3 stars. 3 stars out of 6. So at number 5, we have 4 stars of another Reacher book, The Secret. This was a more action packed type book, but I felt like it was really repetitive and it dragged on too far. Like, it was a lot of the same things going on. Very predictable, very repetitive. It was actiony, a lot of stuff going on. That's why I gave it a 4 out of 6, is because it was actiony. There was a lot of stuff going on. It was just, I felt like it was just more repetitive than what I would have liked. Certain parts, it was kind of like you didn't really need to know. It was just, I don't know. It was just one of those books, just a slower kind of book. That and next book on the docket, 4.6 stars. Oh, no, sorry. Next one on the docket is a 4.5 stars, was Darkly Dreaming Dexter. Now, this was 4.6 stars. Darkly Dreaming Dexter, because of the fact that it was 4.6 stars, because it was good because it was a Dexter book, but I mean, it was just like there was a lot of stuff in here that wasn't in the TV show that I wish they did make it to the TV show. It was a good book. It was a really good read. If you're a Dexter fan, I recommend it for sure. I thought it was great. I thought it was good. Um, Certain characters, I wish they did differently. Like, like certain characters from the show and that. I can't really think right now, but I wish they did certain characters differently than what they did. But 4.6 stars on that one. Next on the dock is also a 4.6 at the Housemaid. I really like the Housemaid. I really liked Housemaid 1 up until a certain point. Up until a certain point, then after a certain point, I was kind of like, oh, don't really like how they did it up to a certain point. And then past that point, I liked it again. I don't really want to say what the certain point is because I don't know if anybody's really read it or not. Really great book, really great read, really fun book, really fun read. Just, it could have been better on that one for sure. Like, just up to a certain point, you know what I mean? I was just like, oh. So 4.6 on that guy as well. 4.78 is the next book. 4.78 is The Housemaid Secret. 4.78 stars. Housemaid Secret, I like this a lot, but the Housemaid Secret is the part 2, which I really liked. I really liked part 2. Beginning quarter of it, I was kind of like, I like part 1 a little bit better. But then more you read, the better it got. And then it became the ending, and it became really good. I really liked this book, really liked how they did it. A lot better than the first one, for sure. The next one on the docket is Black Like Me at 5.78. So this didn't get a perfect 6 star. It got a 5.78 because it was a really good book, really good read. I felt that it was a little repetitive on like the whole social justice issue. It kept talking about the same issues the same way in different parts of the book, instead of really focusing on what he was doing and what he was experiencing and what he was going through. It kind of jumped to being like, oh, this is what we need to do as a society, and this is what we need to change, and this is how we're going to do it. Oh, this is what we need to do as a society. This is how we need to change. This is how we need to do it. Oh, this is, like they kept kind of repeating that in different sections throughout the book. And I was kind of hoping that they would just focus on his story more than anything. So that's why I didn't get a perfect 6, was because of that, was because it was a little bit repetitive in that way. And there wasn't a lot of information that we didn't know. Basically anything you think of what this guy went through, like basically anything that you think a black person went through in the 50s and 60s is what this guy went through in that time. I mean, there was nothing surprising, nothing shocking, nothing like, oh my God. Like, it was basically what you expected. Because Black Like Me essentially was just about this guy in the late 50s, early 60s. He changed himself black to see what, just one sec. Sorry about that. So, I mean, basically it was a guy who changed himself to a black person. He was a white journalist. Through the help of medication, skin dye, UV rays, he turned himself black for a 6-week period. Could have been better, could have been more interesting had that happened. The next one in is a perfect 6 stars. 6 out of 6 was Verity. I really liked Verity. I absolutely loved it. I know a lot of people didn't. I know a lot of people hated on it. I really, really liked Verity. I thought Verity was really, really good. I did have flaws, granted, but if you look for flaws in something, you're going to find them. I thought it was still really good. I thought they did a really good job on it. I thought it was really perfect. I really liked Verity. It's one of my top 5 favorite books right now, for sure. The next book is Tidewater Inn. I gave Tidewater Inn a perfect 6 as well because it was such a good book and it was so well written. It was so nicely done. It was a really great book. It had everything in it from, drama, romance, thriller, suspense, like there was really everything in it. Some family aspects, religion aspects. Like it had everything you want in a book, and it really made it like the perfect book, in one of the perfect books in my mind, for sure. So that's all of them. So yeah, so my least recap. So at number 11 You have The Troop, which was the worst book. Then Reacher Make Me. And then Book of Living Secrets. And then Into Deep, another Reacher book. And then you had Reacher the Secret. And then you had Housemaid Secrets. Dexter. Yeah, Black Like Me. Verity, Tidewater, and so that's what I read in the month of February. Check out the video.